Welcome back. This is Rito here with another Calamity Endgame item showcase. Today we're going to be looking at something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at a mount. And here it is right here. It is called the Gaze of Crysthamyr and it looks so dang cool. It summons a shadow dragon. It can be crafted after you get Dark Sun fragments. I really enjoy this mount. We've had a lot of requests for it, so I figured I would go ahead and do that today. The tooltip is really simple for this item. All it says is summons a shadow dragon. On the wiki it states that the dragon actually has a faster running speed than flying speed. It can run at 77 miles per hour, but it can only fly at 69. The dragon's vertical acceleration is a little slow, but it does accelerate a decent amount. The faster acceleration is the horizontal acceleration. You can see we've gotten up to a much faster speed. I think one of the coolest things about this is kind of the role-playing element of being able to feel like you're in Game of Thrones riding a dragon and slaying awesome bosses and stuff. So I think that's just my favorite part about this mount, is it's just such a cool one to have. So one interesting thing about the dragon is it has a whopping 12.5 seconds of flight time. It's really got as much flight time as you'd like, because 12.5 seconds is quite a long time for flying. I'd say my favorite part about this dragon mount is the fact that you can actually hover. If you just hold down and jump at the same time, it's just like the hoverboard, and you can fly horizontally. And so it's an easy way to get across the map. It's also helpful because in certain boss fights you just kind of want to stay put and wait for the particles to fly by or something like that. And it's nice to, if you don't have a platform, you just push down and jump and you're held still, and then you can, have a lot of control over your movement. Another good thing is, like, if you're in an invasion like this, you can kind of just get above the ground and fly around and just kill everything. By the way, I'm using the Ark of the Cosmos right here. I've done a weapon review on this as well. You could just hover right above everything and kill it all, so really fun. I'll go ahead and turn this off. Next, I'd like to take a quick look at how to craft the Gaze of Crysthamyr. To craft this, you need the Draydon's Forge, and then you just need the Dragon's Egg, which you can get from the Dungeon Defender event. Then you need 100 Souls of Night, 50 Dark Sun fragments, which you can get after defeating the Jungle Dragon Yaron. Then you need Exodium clusters, which you can find in the sky after the Moon Lord, or you can craft from Luminite and the different pillar fragments. And that's it for the recipe for this awesome Gaze of Crysthamyr mount. The next thing I want to do is zoom in here and take a quick look at some of the dye options that we have for this. Like the Stardust dye looks so cool. It's like an ice dragon and it's like sparkling. And then we've got the Vortex dye, which looks pretty neat as well. And Nebula. Oh, I remember Chlorophyte looked pretty dang cool. It's like totally blacks it out and makes it kind of look like an alien. And then we've got Living Rainbow, which looks pretty neat. I really like the way the Martian dye looks because it keeps a lot of the same textures and stuff, and it just brightens it all up. And then like normal dyes just give it a slight change in its hue. We can do red and black, and it just kind of gives it a slight reddish hue. The solar dye looks really cool though. It definitely makes it look like a fire dragon. There's a few dyes that create a fire effect that look really cool, especially with the effects that kind of come off the dragon there. I think this is another one that's like a fire dragon. And lastly is the Living Rainbow, which I thought looks way cool. It's kind of a trippy effect. It kind of looks like an undead dragon now. So yeah, there's lots of cool things. These are just a few that I thought looked kind of neat, but you can obviously find so many cool options with the different dyes to make this dragon customized to your character and to kind of what you want it to look like. Lastly, I think it is time to head over to the jungle, because what better way to use this dragon than on the jungle dragon Yaron. So let's go ahead and summon Yaron and fight it with this dragon. And we'll just use the Ark of the Cosmos and make this kind of easy. I love the Ark of the Cosmos. One thing about the dragon is that you can't dash, which is a little bit tricky during some of these fights. Another thing is that if you're flying, you do a dash and stuff, and you use your mount, you can't actually fly anymore. You can only slowly drop. Like your flight time's spent when you already have flown with your wings, if that makes sense. So you can't switch in between the dragon effectively while you're already flying. As you can see, the mobility is pretty good, and you could definitely take off your celestial tracers for most encounters, and then that would give you the option to use a lot of different powerful accessories in place of it. Give you an extra accessory slot. I'm not really that inconvenienced by the fact that I can't dash, because my flight speed is pretty good. And there we go, we killed the jungle dragon with our shadow dragon. Pretty fun fight there. And I think that's a great way to finish off this showcase. It's a really fun mount, and I highly recommend crafting it and giving it a try. It's just a fun way to run around your world and feel pretty cool riding a dragon. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I'm going to try to post 2 videos today. One's going to be the subscriber special for the 5,000 milestone, and that's going to be the no-hit challenge with Calamitous. So keep a lookout for that. I'll try to post that a few hours after I post this one. Anyways, I hope you all have found this video informative and enjoyable. If you have, be sure to like and subscribe. I also post other videos, like I'm currently working on a Calamity Death Mode Mage playthrough. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.